right, enough of that. I'm sorry. Had it looped. I didn't realize it. Building
Everybody's
drama,
looping
John.
today.
That's how you do it, you know.
That's right.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
morning, Captain
January the
Joe.
12th. It is my granddaughter Gracie's birthday. So she is in Savannah, Georgia. Got to wish her. I know she probably still sleeping, but happy birthday, Gracie. We already
birthday.
celebrated before she left. Had the famous world's worst ever singing.
Yeah, we saw that.
We saw
Yeah,
it and we heard it too.
Yeah. Well, hey, now they try to outdo each other for everybody's birthday. And my daughter's birthday is on the 15th, so I'm sure you'll get another. Of course, I think Wednesday night she has something, so we're gonna celebrate Thursday night. But anyway, Joe, how you doing? John, how are you doing today?
Doing well.
I know I saw Chris. I guess Chris never did. He kept having problems, huh?
Yeah, it was buffering.
Yeah,
pretty much the whole time. So
I know he. I think a couple of weeks ago he was having it. Then he got it working again. But yeah, I know it's always a challenge with that. Oh, Rick Williamson here. Don't say anything about Rick.
he's on a roll today. He's got.
Let's see. Not grocery store meat departments are starting drone delivery, but customers think it's risky. The high stakes situation. Hey, he's going into comedy now.
He is.
Yeah.
He's here all week.
Huh?
He's here all week. With comedy.
Joel, welcome in. Cool Cat. Who else in here? Dusty, Bent Rail,
Jody,
Warren, Jody. Let's see. Space Stage Gazette, Cool Cat, Randy, John. Who else is in here? Jack Rabbit is in the house. Jared Bauer, Ron John, Lance got up just to see Joe, Captain Joe is what he told me.
Yeah, good.
Dave, welcome in, Dave.
Yeah, Lance was selling his Avada the other day to somebody.
Who is?
Lance, he was selling his Avada regular, original.
Oh, really?
His original.
And
Mr. Bob Casey is in the house. Welcome in, Bob.
Bartering with a guy. I don't know if he sold it, but he was waiting for the guy to show up.
So he's selling it to buy the flip. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, right. He needs to sell a
I'm selling all my drones so I can buy the flip.
Yeah, I would do that too. You know, you don't need. I mean, it looks like the only drone to have.
Looks like the perfect drone to me.
Mr. Ron Brown's doing a show, I think, early that morning because I think it's being released a little bit earlier than normal. I think
about an hour earlier than normal. I think 8 a.m. Eastern.
Wow. Yeah, let's see. Actually, they had a nice. Let's see right here. Where did I thought I had a nice video on the flip. Let's see. Was it right here? Just take a closer look. Let's look at this.
So how many are you buying, Johnny?
Product on January 14th, 2025, with the tagline "Open New Possibilities," and all signs point to the release of their super unconventional DJI flip drone. In our last flip video, we covered the leaks and a few circulating images, but now someone's managed to get their hands on the actual device, and it's definitely different, but in a good way. Sure, it won't be turning heads for its looks, but that quirky design seems totally intentional.
Now, wait a minute. They said that was about the same size as the Neo. That was bigger than the Neo.
Show the Fly More combo, including the DJI RC2 controller. We've got top-down shots, a folded view, and a peek at the charging dock and battery setup. What really stands out, though, is the compact, boxy design paired with a forward-facing camera and fully enclosed propellers, giving the DJI Flip a consumer-friendly feel, focused on accessibility and safety, rather than being a specialized FPV racing or stunt drone. Oh, and the battery? Super modular, making quick swaps during a shoot a breeze. All right, let's break down the key specs, just the major highlights. It's a sub 250-gram drone packing a 48 MP camera with a 1/1.3 shooting 4K video at up to 100 FPS with an 82.1-degree field of view.
Easy acro. Who
On the
needs
control
manual?
side, it features DJI's OcuSync 4 transmission tech, promising up to 8.7 miles of range with minimal 120 milliseconds latency. Flight time? Up to 31 minutes with its 22.3 watt-hour battery. And the Flip seems to be rocking LiDAR-based obstacle sensing and avoidance too. While official pricing has yet to be confirmed, leaks suggest the following configurations. Base drone unit, approximately $449. RC2 controller bundle.
There's something good about that, though, Johnny. If you look at the way the prop guards are, you fly it up house and when it crashes, pick it up with a fish hook, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
personally, after buying a Neo, that it even makes me for sure know that I don't want to flip. That's just me.
You got a point.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Hey, buy was best for you. That's all I can say. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, Lon, how are your pterodactyl wings?
They got me on a flip. It was only $200, but they're not getting me on this one. So
the Neo. But yeah.
the Neo.
Hey, Lon, how were those pterodactyl wings last night?
Holy shit. They're mutants, man. It's so funny. Some of these wings you get, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's probably all the inbreeding and whatnot.
Mr. Hope, what's up?
Mr. Hope?
Not much. How's everybody?
Good. So, Chris, you got the big deer last week?
Yeah. He's done, and he's in the freezer.
Good deal.
Yep.
Joe.
Good year. I give that deer to my kids for their Christmas present.
Good deal.
There you go.
Merry Christmas. It's a carcass, huh?
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Merry carcass.
Merry carcass.
Oh man, let's see who else. Lance Papa, Jerry Bauer, Stephen Drones, welcome in. Dennis Love, lady, welcome in. Mr. Photo Leo, what you doing? Sleeping over there?
Yeah, man. Only been up 2 hours or so.
2 hours? You ain't been up no 2 hours.
How much you want to bet?
No, I saw you. Was you in Rodney's? No, you wasn't in Rodney's, were you?
No, I wasn't in Rodney's. No, I was dicking around with some stuff on the computer. I had some stuff delivered from Amazon and trying to hook up some new toys or whatever. Just
You making room on that workbench for the flip. That's what you're doing.
That's what it is. Yep. Trying to build my own. Yeah. Sell all my FPV drones, all my one camera drone, and I'm gonna go get that flip.
It'll be here Tuesday.
Speaking of Amazon, DJI had they had the Fire 1000 for $369 yesterday, or $379.
$379, yeah.
Probably $379.
I went and put it in my cart, and it told me I had already used my coupon to get it at that price.
Really?
Really?
That's what they did to me.
Joe had that problem.
Yeah.
Did you have it in the cart before the first time it went on sale?
I bought it once already.
Oh, well, there it is. Yeah. Well,
so you can't buy
it. They're not lying then. Yeah.
One time.
You can't buy it again. That's the question. That's the question I got for the group.
I don't know.
Apparently not with a coupon. You can buy it again all you want, but not with a coupon, I guess.
Not for $379.
So, Chris, you clicked on one that said $379 with a $40 coupon?
No, I just clicked on $379 and put it in my cart.
Okay, that's what I bought it at. Was $379 no coupon.
$379, put it in my cart.
There's a coupon.
Went to buy it, and it rang up $6.99. Okay.
Oh wow!
I kept trying to figure it out. I looked and said you'd already used your $379 coupon. You couldn't do it again.
Yeah, Chris, look right here. There you go. You can buy today's low price of $6.99.
$7 bill.
Hold me back.
Hey, it's 30% off.
I guess you have to have a different account.
Got to log in some other way.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is strange. They'll sell you one,
but not two or three or four. Yeah.
Well, it's a single-use coupon. I mean, I've heard of that many times, actually. You get those kind of coupons all the time. You know what I mean? Where you only can use it once.
I didn't realize it was another coupon though yesterday. It just looked like a regular. I mean, I didn't,
Yeah, it's too cheap not to buy another one. And that's why I went, shit, I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good price.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got the one.
I'm happy I got the one too. Yep.
Come in handy.
Welcome in.
I hate selling stuff, but I'd almost sell you my second one if you want it that bad. But the shipping would be murder is the problem.
Yep.
The shipping would be.
Morning, Nick.
Yeah. So
the shipping
be like not having a coupon.
Yeah, be like, yeah. You can run it down there, Lon, real quick.
Yeah, run it to Texas. Yeah. Yeah, the shipping's the problem with these big batteries, man. I bet it'd be $80 to ship it.
Eddie Nunez, welcome in.
This guy.
Morning, Eddie.
This guy.
Eddie's gonna show us a flip.
I'm gonna show him a flip.
Joel, what's up, Joel?
Well,
hey, the man's telling you good morning, and you're gonna talk ugly.
Yeah,
whatever. He's just tracking me to try to snitch me out. That's all he's doing.
Ordered it and have it shipped directly from Amazon. What's Randy talking about? I mean,
wait a minute, maybe if I sign out, I don't even see the coupon anymore, so maybe it's over.
I don't know. I mean, on the one yesterday, like I said, I didn't really notice. I saw it go for sale, and I actually put it on the Apply for Fun page, and I didn't really see that it had a coupon with it.
Seems like you don't see it. You don't see it till you check out, Johnny.
Gotcha.
But it seems like if you've used it already and you're on your account, they should know that and not give you that price to begin with. It's like they're dangling in front of you and say,
So if there's one with a coupon, then would I be able to use it? Because I bought it at $3.79 when there was, no coupon needed.
Apparently not.
Keep checking.
I tried. Didn't work.
Yeah, shoot.
You said you used the coupon the first time, right, Chris?
Here's what I did the first time. I put it in my cart and I bought it. $3.79. Boom, done.
Okay, same I did. Same thing I did then.
So you didn't use
it?
Me
too. Me too.
Yesterday I put it in the cart, went to pay for it, said, no, you've already used this coupon, has already been used.
Create another account.
Yeah.
Another Amazon account. Buy again.
Joe, can you answer this question for Eddie? Or at least what you hadn't looked at.
I'm not buying the iFly SantaFlow 5 with 04. Have you guys looked into the SantaFlow? I don't know that one, but I know other SantaFlows are super nice. And with the 04, that ought to be.
Joe, amazing. Matt and I last night, my son-in-law were looking. I'll tell you what, we was talking about it yesterday morning on the show. There are some Bannerflies out there that I don't even know if you could build a drone.
I'm telling you, you're talking about that yesterday on AliExpress.
Yeah, but not even AliExpress. I think iFlight has the Nazgul for I think it's $429 with the 04 air unit.
Damn.
I mean,
pretty good.
You could build a
which 04 air unit? That's the question.
The 04 Pro. It has the 04 Pro. 04 Pro. Yeah, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up.
If you can't build one for that.
I don't know what happened to your audio, Chris. It's bad.
Good. That's the way I want it. I don't want to be perfect in this shit.
You sound like a VCR would sound.
Oh, it's not just me then.
You're nailing it, Chris.
I was like,
you get
all kinds of problems out there. Dang old Wi-Fi.
You get, Joe. You get what you get.
I don't know what you said. It's that bad.
Is it you get what you get?
Oh, Texas boys. Gotta be a Texas boys fight. Oh.
If you can't hear you in Texas, I can't hear you in Michigan.
Spring, Texas now.
Come on down here to Randall. We'll settle it.
Yeah. Hey, come on down to Randall.
Cage.
How about now, Joe?
Yeah.
Pretty scratchy. I sort of hear you.
Yeah. You let him talk to you like that, Chris? Man, I won't let him talk about me like that, man.
Come on down to Randall. We'll figure this out.
You know these little guys, you got to watch them.
It sounds like one of those rain sticks.
Oh man, I bust his head. He said that to me, man.
All right, Chris. Joe, here you go.
I love you, Chris.
Yeah.
429 Nazgul, EP5.
You can even have them install GPS on it for a few bucks more, love.
Oh,
yeah, another $40.
That's with the 4?
That's with the 04 Pro.
That's with the 04 Pro.
I'm no French, Joe, but there ain't no damn way I would build my own at these prices. There's no way.
I mean,
there's no way.
You're right. You're 100% right. Like, I mean, for me, it's fun to build, but like at that price, you're spending more to build it yourself.
You would have to add what?
Yeah, geez.
What would you add to it?
I mean, I would fly with the 04. Is it required to use the RC2 or RC3 with the 04?
You can use
you can add a controller. Yeah,
you can add the 2 or the 3. I mean, you fly with the 2 or the 3, right?
No, yeah, but I'm saying like, I see ELRS option there too, and Crossfire.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's a little more, but look, $445.
Yeah. What about Crossfire? What's Crossfire?
I'm guarantee you what, there's no way even a drone that we're building to give away to Mario 5 with the 03 air unit is probably $450, maybe a little more.
Click on the Crossfire. What's that one?
Right there, the Nano. Yeah.
458.
458.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
wild.
I don't know, man. Like I said,
that's wild. I mean, you talking half of that's the air unit.
Well, the air unit is
230.
Well, 250.
It's exactly half of that is the air unit alone.
Yeah.
More than half.
No, it's half. 230 times 2 is 460.
Oh yeah. And Joe, what about the motors? I mean, what are these iFlight motors? I mean,
I assume does it have a description in there?
Oh yeah.
Sure, they're
iFlight drone. So yeah.
Really, description.
Are they is the Zing E Pro? Are those made by iFlight?
I'm sure they are.
Those would I have on my.
It's iFlight drone. We're on iFlight.com. I can't imagine them using somebody else's motors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that wouldn't make any sense.
Probably this motor right here.
That's the Z. Well, that's what I have on my. That is made by iFlight though, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're on their side. Yeah, that's what I have on my Demibot. I like those a lot. Probably what's on that Nazgul.
But I mean, I'm like, I mean, listen, even though my son-in-law, I mean, not to bother him, but for $429, I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I'd get it without a flight controller and let them add one later if they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All we do is I mean, DJI. So for me, that
you don't add a flight controller. They can fly with the
air receiver,
unit, right? That's what I mean. Thank you. Yeah, receiver. Duh.
Yeah, receiver. I speak Taiwanese. I know what you mean.
Yeah, they can just fly it with the stupid DJI. What is that noise now? Is that me? It can't be me.
Oh no, it's bad.
What was that?
The background's like somebody staring down their house in the background. That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's got the TV on.
He's flexing our mask skill there. Hot Rod is in the house. Yeah, the Hot Rod says it's in his iFlight. Yeah.
iFlight, yeah. I got one of Chris Hope's motors on my Demibot from Minefield when I crashed. He gave me one of these.
Believe it or not, if you go to AliExpress, which I got 2 things in from AliExpress yesterday, and look, it's even cheaper at AliExpress.
That's insane.
How long does it take to get stuff from there,
John? No, not long at all.
I've heard a few weeks, but then I've heard it go 5 days too.
Yeah, I got, believe it or not, I ordered something the other night, got it the next day.
Wow.
But it said USA. It was just some little plug-in. Well, matter of fact, this little thing you plug in the computer and you put your SD card in, got it the next day. These are like $1.90 something.
Wow.
So.
Hey, it'd be worth looking at one of those binding flies for real. Because I mean, if you know how to build, you're good. But I just get it already. It's just cheaper that way, and then boom, you crash. You know how to fix it.
Eddie says that's you, Lon. You got too many guests over.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna try that. Let's see.
What, you gonna buy one?
No. I'm gonna mute myself. What the shit?
I don't think. Let me see. I can mute you. No, it ain't you.
Ain't me. I'm sitting in a quiet garage.
Go around and mute everybody. We'll weed them out. Vote them off the island.
They do one at a time.
Hot Rod saying the motors are, well, I don't, a hot rod for the type of flying I do. I mean, that's fine with me. I don't know.
That's what I have. Actually, I have 1850 on mine, and I freaking love them. I mean, 1750s, yeah, probably a hair under, but I had 1750s on my Armaton, and they were great.
Yeah.
They were T-motor, but still 1750 kV.
Just, like I said, I mean, I know, like you say, you add up all the parts, even if a motor at $15 a piece, or 60, and then the controller. I mean, the
receivers 30. You know?
I mean, it's a
Frame.
good deal.
Stack is 70 to 120.
So Joe, when you get something like that, is it all done in beta flight already? I mean, what do you?
I think so. Yeah. They put it through. They do the beta flight and everything, and do all that and tune it. They even pre-tune it. Of course, you can do it yourself to a further extent or back to what you like. But yeah, it comes ready. This comes ready to bind and fly. Bind the bitch and fly the bitch.
As advertised.
Literally throw a battery in it, link it up to your goggles and your remote, and you're gone.
Yeah, you just got to bind it. Yeah.
It's like DJI-esque.
1800 kV.
Yeah.
I don't know. Might be ordering one of them. That way, you won't have to build it.
Now I got to go look at mine. Mine might be 1800. I got to go see.
It's a judgment call. Obviously, it's the difference between people with time they have time to mess with it, and people that don't. People that have the aptitude for it, and people that don't. I think bind and fly is great for the quote unquote hobby because it brings more people in. Because that's a hurdle, getting into FPV when you got to get into camera drones when you had to build your own was the reason there was only maybe 500 people that flew camera drones back in the day, right? In the whole country, because you had to build these bitches from these goofy kits and you had to play with, a Rudu pilot or whatever for hours on end to get them to fly right. And, the learning curve was so steep. And then, DJI or whoever, Parrot came along and made a drone. You could just, when you're flying around,
Chris, what was that 5-inch that Charlie built? Was that the Nazgul? Is that what you had?
No, it's one he just built from scratch.
Okay, I got you.
Bought the frame,
1800 kV on my
everything.
Was 1800, Joe?
Individual.
Yeah. What you say?
Racing motors. The racing motors are 2 down. Yeah.
Well, my question is, at some of these websites, like it feels like Rotor Riot, or I don't know about iFlight, but it feels like you can pick some of that stuff. You know what I mean? It feels like you can go like, oh, I don't want the standard motors. I want the upgraded motors. And
I'm sure you could.
I want so-and-so. You know what I mean? It feels like some of these websites you can kind of pick what you want. Isn't that the case or no?
I've just always seen them. I mean, I've never really kind of, with my son-in-law build them. It just seemed like the prices have come down so much on that, especially the bind and flies,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the bind and flies. It seems like you can pick what you want on the bind and fly on some of the websites is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They'll give you 2 or 3 options anyway.
Yeah, you got the 04 unit. I mean, what is it? What am I trying to say? Using the RC2 or 3, or use the Crossfire, or use
the motor.
Yeah, I'm saying they give you that option. So yeah, you're right. There may be on some of them where you have an option for a motor or a 40 amp stack, a 60 amp stack.
Or the
if you want to use 4S or 6S or
exactly.
I mean, look right here. You can get it with the 03 or 381.
Holy shit! I'm buying it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not with the Crossfire built in.
What is it with GPS? What does that do?
$40.
420.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wait a minute. They have $40. You're right. That was $40. Wasn't it?
That's what it was on the 04. So I figured.
Yeah, click the Crossfire.
Crossfire is $449.
For $29.
Yeah. Hell, the damn 04 is cheaper than that, I believe, wasn't it?
Take off the GPS. Leave Crossfire on.
Oh yeah, you don't want GPS.
Hell no. 380, dude. Take my money.
No. Click the Crossfire again and unclick Crossfire too.
Yeah. That's right.
410.
That's still, man.
You could barely build it for that, maybe.
You could probably about build it for that, but then you got the headache of building it. Not that I dislike it, but then you got to build it. So you got to keep
down once. See if there's other choices you can make. I'm just kind of curious. It doesn't look like it. Okay.
I don't think there is.
All right. I was just curious. Or if you change it says a battery recommendation. Scroll up to that if you don't mind, Johnny. Scroll up. Scroll up. Yeah, that's not a drop down. Okay. I was curious if that was a drop down that maybe if you change batteries, it would change.
Yeah, but you know what? It's
something else.
Yeah, electronics within.
Is this a bind and fly? Do you have to put this thing together?
No, it's
bind and fly.
sold as a bind and fly, right?
And not really.
Yeah.
Look.
What are you talking about?
Does it say
Where?
bind and fly?
It don't say bind and fly because it says in the box.
There you go.
In the box.
In the box is all you shit. Okay.
Yeah, you got a bunch of screws there, John.
If you look at the first one, that's a built drone, though. See?
Yeah.
And then it's got the props and shit, extra screws and props and stuff. You got to put your own props on. Well, he gave you the screws to put the props on.
No,
wait a minute. The props are gone with screws. What am I talking
down here
about?
It says in the box. Okay, it's built, the antenna, the
Yeah.
battery strap, and a screw bag.
That's a lot of screws for props.
Okay.
Well, they give you extra screws, man.
Dude, well, I don't need no extra screws. I got some left from the
That's the last thing you need.
You put some 3D printer screws on that thing.
Johnny's gonna
every time he fools with the printer, he's got something else extra.
Hey, let me tell you what. There's a little foam thing that you cover the nozzle with. So the other day, I think some TPU got pushed up in there, so I can't get it back. So I took it off. So I'm missing screws and a little cover on a heat element now.
Yeah. You just customize it.
There's a bamboo in the future. He's gonna keep messing with it until you got to order him a bamboo. He's got to order him a bamboo.
The hell with it.
All right, so that's I don't know, like you say, I don't know if you can build it. It'd be really close. I can tell you that. Plus a few hours of building and a few cussing a few times, huh, Joe?
Indeed.
Joe cusses when he builds.
Nah.
I don't believe
Nah. Hey, Space Gadget, you're right. It's nuts, not screws. I was like, I just used the wrong term. It's early over here, man.
Let's see.
I was up late watching the UFC.
I paid $300 GPS analog, so I guess I got a really good deal.
350 with GPS analog. Well, analog. I mean, that's going to be
analog.
Yeah, that's going to be
digital. Yeah.
I want to say 350 might be a little high if you talk about analog.
Yeah, we got with GPS though.
Ooh.
Question.
Yes, Scratchy.
If you have the DJI remote and you buy an 03 and 04 unit binding fly, do you have to get Crossfire or ELRS? Can you just use the camera? You don't have to, right?
Nope.
You just fly with the DJI.
With the remote, yeah. But if you're doing 03, if you're doing 04, you have to, and you're using what goggles you got? The G2s?
The twos, goggles too.
G2. So you'll need to use the RC2. You can't use the RC3. The controller mat. If you're using the G3s, then you use the RC3.
If you have an Avata, you're all set, basically.
Well, I don't have the Avata.
You got the goggles and the controller you can
use,
right?
If you bought the controller separate.
You bought the controller, yeah.
The controller don't come with it. Comes with
the motion.
Yeah. But most of you guys that are going into, FPV probably bought the FPV controller.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
John had to send his back, right, John?
Yeah.
It's going back tomorrow.
Yeah.
UPS.
Couldn't calibrate it in the sim. It's weird.
Man, I updated the firmware but I called DJI and they were, they just asked me what I did and I told them, what I tried and they said, yeah, it's under warranty, just send it back. So it's going back.
That's the RC3, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why you got about it.
The sim didn't break the drone; it broke the controller.
Yeah, it was all my wonderful, skills. Just couldn't handle it.
I guess
you're the man.
That's because he was doing all them flippy flops and all that.
I never got it to work in the Sims.
Yeah,
at all. Either one.
What controller were you using before?
I have the RC2. That I had
RC2.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That works fine. I mean,
I that's
never
what I'm
had
using.
a problem with that. Never had to calibrate it.
That's what I'm using in the sim, but I'll from time to time I'll try my Tango 2, and it's like it works, but it's like you hit the throttle and it's all the way throttle, like maxed out throttle, and it's barely moving. So it's
no kidding. Huh.
Yeah, kind of strange. Not barely moving, but not like it is with the other controller.
Same.
It's It's the same video game.
Ron John said I'd probably pick up a NASGO. Joe, you got a NASGO, don't you? Or you don't?
I don't.
I know Matty had.
Matty had NASGO, yep. Yeah. Chris got a NASGO.
I bet Rod had a NASGO for 5. Right, Rod?
Yeah, Hot Rod's got a point. Although I haven't seen anybody test that yet, because I had heard before it came out that they had fixed that little problem and they separated the signals. If you're using the Goggles 3 and the RC3, that it's a separate signal now. You know what I mean? Because so when you lose video, you don't necessarily lose control. So I'd like to. I wonder if somebody can test that. I wonder if
only going to the goggles. It was only going to the goggles, the signal, right?
Right. It was a problem that they were having where if you lost video, you lost control and it would automatically fail safe. But apparently, I think they fixed that with the 04. But I'm not 100%. But that's what they were talking before it was released, and I haven't seen anybody address that yet. Whether or not that's been fixed.
Has anybody got the 04s yet in their hands? I mean, I know mine's supposed to be shipped tomorrow. Oh, they have them?
Lots of people have. Oh, yeah. Madstech's got his already.
No, I'm talking about since they've ordered them, since they come out. Yeah.
No. Madstech's bought his from a retailer. He don't get shit free from
actually,
DJI
the 04,
or whoever.
The 04, I think, is on Amazon, but not the light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 04, the light isn't even for sale on DJI right now. It's sold out. It was yesterday.
Both of them were yesterday.
What were they on DJI?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Amazon.
Somebody's in the private chat.
Amazon, you can get the 04, but I don't see the light.
Yeah, I don't see the light either.
Yeah, I don't see the light.
Let's see what it says about. Oh no, delivery February 3rd to March the 3rd.
Dang it.
Oof.
Get it from Dave Fly High.
Yeah.
Get it from Fly High FPV. He's stocked up now.
Oh, you need some new bedding there, Johnny? You're thinking about some new comforters or something?
Yeah.
Get that off the screen.
You gotta watch it. Boy, you click on your Amazon, it'll be like, vibrator covers or something.
That's my daughter's account. She gets something every day, believe me. Let's see here. My 04 will be here Thursday, delayed. It was shipped around the 5. Okay, how about? Yeah, I got mine is supposed to be. Well, it says shipped. Actually, it says shipped today, which is I guess Monday morning. So I don't know when I'll have to pull up the.
I wonder if the people that live in Florida are going to have any issues with it coming through Miami.
I don't know. That's weird.
You need to pay tariff.
No, they're doing it for you.
Ken says his is shipped.
The 16th. What is that, like Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Hopefully you get it, Ken.
Pyro drone is just west of the fires in LA.
Wow.
Well, how ironic is that?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing about Pyro.
yeah, Pyro drone. Yeah,
they're in the list of suspects that started the fire.
Testing 04 air units,
Yeah, they were flying and they had a lithium battery failure.
They put a 6S on 04 light.
What a mess that's going to be out there. 10,000. You're talking about 10,000 homes.
Yeah, billions of dollars of them.
I mean, yeah.
It's going to be the lawsuit central, too.
They were saying, one lady was on there said she took 27 months to get a permit to the house she just finished.
Oh, my God.
So can you imagine?
Yeah. It's going to be a mess for years.
Oh, yeah, ain't lying.
Who the hell want to live in California? Stupid.
And the lawsuits, like I said, man, the lawsuits.
And you know what else they were saying? Yeah. Like even here, if you've owned your house for many a year, you kind of set back on taxes. But when they pick up that new value, they were saying some of them taxes on a house that they bought, they've owned for 20 years or more, might be only $65,000 to $75,000. But with the new values, they could be like almost $1 million.
100.
Yeah,
almost $1 million.
Yeesh.
Absurd.
Yeesh.
It's insane.
Absurd.
Yeah,
it is insane. I don't know how people do it.
I don't either.
I don't know how people do it. Not regular people. I don't know how regular people
Well, that's what I was saying. Like,
live in California.
where the teachers and the people that work at Walmart and just, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, and it's not
Yeah.
just the fires; it's the mudslides, and then
Earthquakes.
throwing the
Earthquakes.
earthquakes. I mean, it's like
Earthquakes.
I don't know. You'd have to really love it out there to live.
Not very appealing to me.
Mm-mm.
I'll stay down here with the hurricanes for another couple of years before I go out east.
I'll stay here in Michigan with the 6-month
Snow.
permafrost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to stay near line. That's all, John. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
My magnetic personality.
Hey, one thing about DJI, just thinking, last week we've had a new Matrice, 03, 04. We got the Flip, probably the Mavic 4 is like right on his tail. So man, I'll tell you what, they sure are.
They're pumping it out.
Boy, you're not lying.
Jeez. They're pumping it out.
Got to wait for the summer for the Mavic 4, hopefully. That way I get to pay off some of that crap.
One room garage.
That's the talk. I mean, it was April. They're talking about April. It might be later than that. So it's going to be a minute. Just start saving your nickels and dimes, people that are Mavic 4 people. Start saving your money. It's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be right around with the Mavic 3 cost, the Mavic 3 Pro.
You can't really,
We're going to get one of those nice bags again.
Not, you know what I want DJI to do, and people might disagree with me because I'm a hard case guy. DJI used to have the best hard case. I mean, yeah, their hard cases were the shit. They fit perfectly. The foam was better than GPCs. It's just
I've never seen a DJI hard case. I don't think.
Yeah,
well,
they're awesome.
The Matrice, I had not Matrice.
Well, yeah, or the Mavic Enterprise or whatever. But no, the Mavic 2 Pro had a hard case, and the Air 2S, I think they had a hard case for it, and it was just awesome. It's just really good, and I don't know, maybe they just weren't selling. I guess, I guess
I don't remember seeing DJI type cases.
I don't either.
Yeah. I wish I still had mine. I'd show it to you. I sold it with the Mavic 2 Pro. I sent it with the Mavic 2 Pro. So
Tar Heel aerials. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. It's the way it's wrote now. If they don't tear a drone apart and find anything, or if they don't find anything, if they don't try to tear it apart, I don't know. It's
really convoluted.
Basically, we got 1 year the way I read it, but who knows?
Well, they can always introduce something else.
Oh, absolutely,
that's the problem. That's the problem. I mean,
they've only moved the goalposts about 10 times already.
Oh yeah.
So,
John,
they got past that. Oh, well, now it's this. Yeah. Oh, they got past that. Okay, well, now it's this. It's like
there was an article a couple of days ago. I saw that Taft, Louisiana, where we got a nuclear plant, that there were confirmed drone sightings over that.
Oh, really?
And Landry came out and said that he's authorized the authorities to take them down. So now
I agree with that. Actually,
laws are going to change in Louisiana.
Yeah,
there was another drone.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that. If you're flying your drone over a nuclear power plant and they take it down, don't come crying to me, son. It's like that clown that was flying in the TFR and he lost his drone and he was online crying about it.
Punish individuals, don't punish the hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, take them down, man. The guy that supposedly hit that plane over the California fires.
Yeah.
That guy should be in jail.
So what was the story on that? Was he just a pilot or not? I mean, he had nothing to do with the rescue operations, or was he just?
That's the story, that it was a civilian drone. Sure. That's the story. Now, no one has evidence that it was a drone at all. For all we know, it was a seagull or something.
Could have been a bird.
Yeah. So we don't know for a fact it was a drone, but they're saying it is. And, I'll take them for their word until I know otherwise.
Check out Bruce. He posted something last night. X-Jet. They found it.
They found some pieces of what?
Chris, can you?
Drone?
I found-
I assume it. He
They
meant
found,
drone.
yeah, they found some pieces of the drone in the wing. It's a DJI battery
Oh,
and
okay.
some more plastic. That's what he showed last time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, there was
So
a
that
drone
kinda-
flew-
Last week,
flew over
last
the-
Monday, we had a TFR here because of Biden. So I went out in the backyard and I started up the Neo because I said it doesn't have remote ID. So I'm gonna start it up in the TFR. So Wednesday, I get a phone call. I'm laying down. I get a phone call that says St. Tammany Sheriff's Department. I said, "Oh shit!" I answered the phone and they were asking me about updating my tax information. And I was thinking, "Oh Lord, help me!" They don't have remote ID on it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Supposedly there was a drone that flew over the Baltimore football game.
Really, last night?
Yep.
Really?
Another clown.
Dumbass.
He probably got a drone for Christmas and doesn't have the
Yeah.
first idea about drone rules or anything.
Who won the game last night?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, boy, did they win.
It was ugly.
It was 21-0 at one point. I think 28-14 was the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21-0.
Yeah, 28-14. Yeah, it's 28-14.
It wasn't that close.
The Houston game was good.
Mark White. Mark
Yeah,
White, of
watch
all
that.
people, was watching it.
Yeah, Mark watches all of them.
That Houston Chargers game was pretty exciting. It started out a little rough for the Texans anyway. Man, they only got 2 field goals. But the Chargers were really doing what they wanted, and they kept coming up short. First 2 drives got field goals. And
What about the national championship? Notre Dame's a 10-point underdog. What y'all think?
That's about
Don't
right.
count them out.
no comment.
I think that's about right.
I'd have to take the 10 points. That's me.
Me too. Don't count them out.
Yeah. But they may win another one for the Gipper.
Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
On Paisan.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, Unc.
Hey,
Yeah,
y'all take
you
care,
know, I
guys. Have a
gotta-
good week.
All right, Chris,
Ready,
thanks.
Mr. Hope?
Take care, Chris.
Chris.
Mr. Hope.
Love you, brother.
Hey, so you know, I got a Detroit Lions jersey in my cart, so I'm just waiting to see what happens, John. No, I told you, I'm a man of my word. If they make the Super Bowl, I'll buy it. I probably won't wear it, but I'll buy it.
What do they have to
Wear it,
do?
you wear it if you
What do
buy
they
it.
have to do, Lon, to get you to wear it?
They got to win it.
Win
Win
the
it
Super
all.
Bowl.
They have to
Win the
win it?
Super
Okay.
Bowl.
All right.
Then I'll
Then
wear it one
you'll be
day.
a full-fledged bandwagon. I'll throw my
Yeah.
jersey on now since we won.
Yeah.
Nope.
You
Nope.
bandwagon.
I'm only buying it because it's a bet. I'm
There's
not
a bunch
that
of
dude.
Chiefs fans out there like you too.
Nope, I'm not that dude, man.
I'm playing. I'm fucking with you.
I'm not that dude.
Hey,
I
the
made a
Lions
deal that
bandwagon.
if they make it, I'll buy a jersey. I guess if they win the Super Bowl, I'll wear it once at the Walmart or something.
around the apartment.
To Walmart.
Yeah,
I'll wear it on
at the
stream one time.
I'll wear it to
We
Walmart
want
and back,
pictures
and then
too,
I'll bring it back to the house, and hopefully it doesn't get burned.
Mom,
Dude.
the Lions
Huh?
are not going to let the little blonde hair, blue eyed girl stop them from winning a Super Bowl. You know, I'm just saying.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
The Swifty.
That's the only song I know of from her, actually. That's the only thing I can think
is
of.
that, hey, Joe, that's what's going to happen when y'all lose? They're going to shake it off?
We'll shake it off. We're back-to-back champs. We good. We got 3 in the last 5 years. We'll be all right.
Nobody's ever won 3, right? In a row? Nobody's ever won 3.
Not 3. No, that's what
Patriots?
we're shooting.
Really?
for.
The Patriots didn't win 3?
Nope.
3 in a row.
Oh.
3 in a row. Yeah. Yeah,
I
they-
know what you meant.
Yeah, I think it was 03. I think it was 03-04 was the Patriots when they won back-to-back. I think 02, 03, 03, 04, 04, 05, something like that.
Randy's pulling for you.
10
Oh,
years
no, he's
ago.
not pulling for you. Oh, I read it wrong.
I'm
Oh,
praying
don't
that
win
Chiefs
it
don't
all
win
again.
it all again. I know, Randy. I was shooting for you last night, though.
Oh, man. Taylor Kelsey.
I'm rooting for
Yeah,
Taylor.
hardy, har. No, for real. I don't have a problem with Taylor Swift. I just don't, I don't
Same.
listen to her
Same.
music. Yeah.
I don't dislike her. It's
care.
not my music style.
Hey, good for
She's
her,
dating my
man. As
tight
far as
end.
I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I root for success in anyone. I'm serious though.
She is so,
You know,
dude.
Good for her, man.
All jokes aside, dude, like she's a pretty awesome person. like for real. Like she does a lot for the community, for kids, you know, like sick kids.
Yeah.
She for her drivers, like she gave freaking millions of dollars to all her drivers on her tour, and like she's pretty incredible, man.
So people like that can't win with the public. I mean, there's always going to be, you know, so much negative and so much positive.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Didn't she let you sit with her at the game too, Joe, when you were there?
And no, we were on the visitors' side bench, but we could see her with binoculars. But you know, she's straight across the stadium.
Hey,
I'm sure
she barely
she
let
was
Joe in
waving
the
at
stadium.
Hi,
She barely let Joe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they barely let my yeah. She waved. Yeah.
All right, Ken's gonna grab some breakfast there. Have a great day.
Later, Kenny.
Yeah.
See you, Ken.
No, I'm always like, if you succeed, good for you, man. You know, no
I'll
matter
tell you
what
though,
you
it's
do.
pretty crazy. Like what's happened to my little town. Like Kansas City's not a big town, man. It is crazy since Mahomes came right in 2017. Like that was like ridiculous. And now Taylor Swift is in the picture. Kelsey recently sold his house. He lived across the street and down a couple of houses from my cousin, and he was telling me stories like, you know, whenever she came into the picture, like, and she'd be over there, there'd be 2 black Suburbans parked out, you know, just security, right? You know, just parked out there.
Right.
And there'd be times where them Suburbans would be there all night long, and my cousin would be like, Travis over there having a day. Travis is over there having a good old time.
Hey, Joe, they can have Taylor. We got Brittany here, huh?
Brittany, who?
You got a point.
And I Justine too, Johnny.
No, Britney Spears is from here. So
Yeah, no. Crazy
Is she
ass.
though? I thought she was from North Carolina. She's from Louisiana.
she's from Kentwood, about 15 miles, well, about 20 miles up the road. Yeah.
Her sister lives right by you, don't she?
Her dad played football here at Southeastern, Jamie. Yeah, and so
Oh, is that right? Wow.
they were from here. Yeah.
Hey, when we get off, I want to ask you about, was it Bogalusa or Boca?
Bogalusa,
Yeah.
Bogalusa.
Yeah, man, what the hell? I just happened to trip over that the other day, and I'm like, what
Terrible.
the hell?
He's 25 years old, the mayor. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah, he got caught paying for something you shouldn't pay for, you know.
Well, then his brother gets popped for murder, and I kind of remember that story. Wasn't that at the high school game or something?
Oh yeah,
they've
had about be honest with you, my daughter is she's athletic director at Hammond High, so a lot of teams now won't even go into Bogalusa. Bogalusa has to go every game on the road, pretty much, because people won't go there.
Yeah, it's bad.
Didn't we know somebody that was there when the murder happened or something? Wasn't it a shoot up? Wasn't there a shoot up at the game? Isn't that what happened? And a 14-year-old got shot?
Yeah.
It feels like we knew somebody that was there or something.
I mean, I know people from Bogalusa, but they probably don't have kids in school now, you know.
Oh, I thought we knew somebody from the visitor team. You know what I mean? I thought we knew people that were on the visitor team.
Well, the athletic director from Mandeville was up there with his son and another person who were watching the game because they live right on the outskirts of Bogalusa.
Right.
And they were at the game when all the shooting went off, and they heard it all.
Okay.
They didn't see where it was coming from, but they could hear it.
Crazy how kids just relate to they go straight to the pistols nowadays, you know.
Crazy.
Well, Mandeville, I got this little peaceful town of mine. Opening game last year in 23, parking lot during the jamboree. They had police. I seen police jumping the fence, taking off out there. A guy got in an argument with somebody and pulled a gun. He's from Franklinton, and Franklinton is right next door to Bogalusa.
Yeah.
But he pulled a gun in the parking lot, and they got pictures of him in the shadows with the lights in the background. You can see him holding a gun on somebody. And I'm telling you, they had more police jumping fences just to run that way.
I bet.
And now you can't get into anything in St. Tammany Parish without going through a metal detector.
Yeah, same way here. Since that shooting at the graduation of Bailey's, got to go into the UC.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm conflating it with. There was a shooting at Bailey's. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew there was something.
That's
what's kind of. So I'm conflating the two things. Okay.
Yeah.
But Bogalusa's had numerous shootings. I mean, just it's just the way it is right now. So is Lon? I know you're not getting a flip. I mean, I know that, right? John, what about you? You considering a flip or
me?
Yeah. No. I know Joe Fotoleo. Joe, you're not buying a drone?
It's in my cart.
You lying.
Joe has one already.
It's in my cart, and that's where it's going to stay.
His review is coming out on Tuesday at 8 a.m.
Joe, Fotoleo, did you get your Avata going again?
Nah, I ain't messed with it yet. It's I got it all built, and it's giving me that same battery installation error. So I don't. Yeah, I'll take it back apart and figure it out.
You found a wire that was loose, and it still didn't do any good, huh?
Yeah. So I found I was getting a battery installation error on the drone, and all 5 batteries. It was when I was up in Kansas City for Thanksgiving, and I was going to fly it around a little bit, and it gave me that warning. I was like, what the hell? So, and I beat the shit out of it. So I figured it's got to be, since all 5 batteries are doing it, it's got to be the port on the drone.
The contact. There's a contact there, right?
Yeah, something in there, right? So, well, not the contact necessarily, because those all looked fine, but I said something inside is broke. So
no, there's a safety contact that when the battery's inserted all the way, it gets triggered.
It's in all the way.
So I'm saying the contact itself might be bad.
Might got pushed back or something.
There's a sensor or a contact or something.
I'll continue with my story. So since I went ahead and bought a new part, the new battery port, and I figured since I'm going to tear it all the way down and fix that, I'll go ahead and do the frame upgrade too. So I got the iFlight. The iFlight.
No, it's I know what you mean though. Axis Flying.
Thank you. Yeah, Axis Flying kit. And so I did that, and I swapped all the frame up, and I put the new. As I was taking it apart, I found a broken wire on the back of the battery port. It's like, boom, that's it. That's the problem. That's the broken wire. So I took it all apart, put it all back together with the new battery port wire. Soldered the new wires on and everything, and it still gave me that same error. So
okay,
I can take it back apart and see. I know it's all soldered up correctly. I mean, I take pictures as I take stuff apart, and I was filming the thing too, and so I was going back and looking like,
especially when you found that, you thought it was like, hey, that's it's got to be.
I was like, yeah, it was like a eureka. It's like, boom, there it is. Let's go. This shit's gonna work. And no such luck, but I'll get it. I mean, I'll figure it out. Take some time to sit down and diagnose it.
Well, you'll figure it out. This morning, hot rod.
The rod.
The rod of hot.
The rod of hot.
You probably saw it, but
he's muted.
Drunk.
Oh,
You all right?
No, I can hear him.
That working?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So Drone Camps put out a video this morning. The FBI
I didn't see
released.
it. Fuck him.
Yeah. Anyways, the FBI released a picture of the drone that they dug out of the wing of that plane. It was a Mini 3.
Oh shit!
Which kind of answers the question of whether it was, like the fire or police department with one of theirs up, and they hit one of their own. Not likely if it's a mini drone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No.
So
Some jackass. I'm sure.
yeah.
Or some
Maybe a news agency or
someone
news
just,
agency or some newsy person,
Yeah, or someone just without education,
And
Like the winds died down. Let's go get some pictures.
Yeah.
this is one of the things we've talked about before, right? That there should be a card in the box that tells you about the FAA trust test, and that you have to take this damn test before you can fly, kind of thing. Because I was at a freaking state park the one time, and I saw this family, and they pulled a drone out, and they were taking pictures of themselves, and I'm just like, oh God, this guy doesn't even know. Anyways, they went past us, and he had the bag on his shoulder, and he was talking to one of the park rangers, and I don't think she noticed what he had. But when she got done, she came by us, and I was like, hey, that bag on his shoulder is a drone, and he was flying it over there. She went back and had a conversation with him over it. But the guy was so new at the drones, the tag was still on the bag. He bought it like the day before. He had no clue what anything was. And there are so many people like that.
Yeah. I mean, the trust test is a start, but it's
basic.
I'm like you.
At least it gives you.
They can make it before you activate it. Of course, I mean, only those boxes went to the U.S. would have to have that. you know.
Yeah, you say that now though, but the like I'm gonna address Copper State too. The you say that now, but the amount of bitching there would be if they did that.
Yeah,
If DJI started making you pass the trust test to activate your drone, oh my God!
Well, it's not
the clutching of pearls and the wringing of hands would happen.
It's not
on the drone community. Be like, my freedoms. This is my drone. I don't really own my drone because I have to do this to fly it. How dare DJI?
It's not DJI. It's not their responsibility. I mean,
it's not their. You know, I can hear it now. And a Mini 3 doesn't require remote ID. So Copper State. So that because that was part of the, you know, that would be the wringing of, you know, hands and gnashing of teeth. A Mini 3 doesn't require a remote ID. So because it's under 250.
I think I forget what video I typed it in on yesterday, but you know, the incident that happened here in Daytona last year between the helicopter and the drone just shows you how stupid the systems we have are in place. That guy, the drone pilot, had a freaking Lank approval, and he had to get special Lank approval because he was literally within eyesight of the freaking tower of the airport. That's how close this building was that they were building. And ATC routed that freaking helicopter right over that construction site.
Yeah.
And never told that pilot that there was a drone in the air, that there was drone anything. And I'm sitting here going, so what's the point of remote ID? Is anybody actually going to look? What's the point of freaking Lank if the guy actually did all of his damn paperwork? And ATC could have looked out the window and freaking saw it. He was so damn close to them. And they still put a freaking helicopter right through that spot. And the other part of it, from the FAA perspective, I've thought about it a lot since that incident. You know, it's like, oh, the drone pilot's supposed to get out of the way. Guess what? That helicopter didn't have ADS-B on it. If that helicopter would have had ADS-B, that guy could have heard him. And they need to require it because I get us drone guys are supposed to get out of the way, but there are places you're not going to see or hear them. And in his case, there's a huge tree line just to the east of them where that helicopter was coming from. And that guy was low. So by the time that guy came over the tree line, even if that guy had line of sight of him coming over the tree line, because he could have been on the wrong side of the building, right? He could have had a wall of that building that was between him and that tree line. And the other part of it is it's right next to I-95 and I-4, the interchange. You can't hear crap because all you hear is traffic. With literally hundreds of cars going by every minute in that section. So they really need to rethink the whole thing. I thought remote ID was the one thing they could have done was remote ID, and probably should have, so that it handles this safety thing. And I said this a long time ago when we were talking about all this. Remote ID, instead of being something that broadcasts, should have been a device or electronics on it, where the police and other people could trigger return to home or land or something like that automatically, so that you could freaking put antennas up around football stadiums. So you just put antennas up there that are broadcasting that signal so that the drones would return to home, kind of thing, versus what we got. It's literally utterly useless. It's nothing more than an investigative tool after something happens,
Michael,
which does not accomplish the whole prevent it in the first place. So I don't get it.
The point is supposed to be that you'll get caught. And no, that's the whole point of prevention. I mean, I'm just saying.
So it's a speed limit sign on the highway. How well does that work?
Well,
it's not 100%. It's not 100% guarantee, right?
Well, no, certainly not. And there's no such thing as 100% guarantee of anything. People still murder people, even when there's capital punishment. People still murder people. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know. You got to balance your freedoms with control and. But
for sure, probably one of the easiest things they could do is require ADSB on freaking helicopters, planes, Cessnas, no matter what, no matter where.
You got a point.
So that the drone
happened
guys,
2 years
so
ago.
the drone guys could freaking see that thing is coming so that we could get out of the way. Because there are
is it my understanding a helicopter can fly at any height without no restrictions, or is it
Technically, no.
I think it's under 400, right? I mean,
whatever
it's
ATC
They're still
said.
supposed to be over 500.
That's what I thought.
Depending on what they're doing, of course. You know
So
what I mean?
in this case, here's the other sort of territory related to this case is the heliport, because it's a tourist helicopter, flies out of the flea market, which is just west of I-95. So he was going. That's part of the reason he was low, because about quarter of a mile over was where he was going to land. So that's why he was at 180 feet, which is where
Right.
he hit the drone. So, and to answer that question, I'm not sure what the requirements are, because my neighbor next door is a Vietnam vet, and he flew helicopters in Vietnam. And one of his buddies has a demilitarized Cobra, and they freaking bring that thing over once in a while, and they're 75 feet up once they get over top of our freaking neighborhood. He's literally just over the tops of the trees when they come in. So that
He's
puts him
breaking
at
the
about
rules
100
at that
at
point.
about 120 feet. I'm not sure, because it's Class G out where we're at.
yeah.
No,
we were
he's breaking
downtown
the
Houston for a
He's
Houston
breaking
drone
the rules.
meetup a year or two ago, and it was about sunset, and me and Brian Mackey, and there's probably 7 or 8 of us had our drones up. Like I said, it was about sunset downtown, so we were getting some shots. And this helicopter came over, scared the shit out of all of us. We were all down. I mean, it couldn't have been more than 250 feet up. You know, I mean, it was not far over our drones. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
and again, like you said,
Yeah.
Rob, you know, it's a little loud down there, so you couldn't really hear it until it's almost right up on you. And then you're like, oh shit, this thing's coming right here.
And
So
so
that
that's the
tree line
stupid part.
on Defunct River, the tree line across that we had those birds by. I was flying a wooden boat festival a couple years ago. I had the Mini 3 Pro out there, and I could hear I heard a helicopter, and I'm looking for it, and I can't find it. And then the guy behind us was moving the boats in that little storage unit, so I thought that's what I heard. And as I turned my head back, I saw the orange through the tree line, and it was a Coast Guard, and that sucker was under the tree line, coming around the edge of it, and I was about the same height. I just brought it towards me, bringing it down, and the guy hanging out of it was pointing at the drone.
Yeah.
He was pointing at it.
Yeah.
You got to be,
Yeah.
you got to be an unlucky son of a bitch to hit one of them things though when you're flying. I mean, even though, I know, it's like
Yeah,
As small as it is, yeah.
if you had 2 drones, like when you're trying to film each other in the air, it's like you can't hardly find each other, much less.
Yeah.
No helicopter's big, but
That's like flying FPV out in a wide open field and hitting one tree.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
Well, I had a
Well, hey,
phantom pole, you know.
Al Duran hit.
I know. I was gonna let you say it.
and here's the other part that doesn't seem to get talked about a lot, and the FAA has been working on it long before the drone stuff. Is they're supposed to be working on a UTM, Universal Traffic Management System. Europe's working on the same thing, so that basically everything in the air can see everything else to avoid themselves. So remote ID did absolutely zero for the integration into UTM, which they're working on and have been working on for years. So I don't get why they did this sort of herky jerky quarter of the way kind of crap.
Because of the government. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
exactly.
answer that. I'm a libertarian. I'll tell you right now why they did it, because that's what they do.
But they know
I'm on the FAA website right now. I'm going to break in just real quick. It's literally states that over urban areas, they have to be 1,000 feet high, and over rural areas, they have to be 500 feet high. Now, I'm not saying that they don't break these rules.
Right.
And it says helicopters may fly below minimum altitude requirements if they're not a danger to people or property on the ground.
Well,
Okay.
that overrides.
So that's where they get their little,
And
the little loophole.
but here's the kicker. ATC was talking to that helicopter pilot. He was just south of the airport. So you know the helicopter had to be talking to the freaking tower because he could have shook hands with the guy in the tower. He was that close. So the ATC, you know, the ATC had as much to do with causing the collision because they routed the helicopter right through where they had Lank approval. So I don't know why the guys in the tower didn't have the Lank stuff. If us filling out the Lank doesn't end up in the hands of the ATC guys, then what the hell's the point?
Well, they have access to it. That don't mean they got it.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
they read it.
But
You know what
that's
I mean?
the point.
Why
The
do it?
system
Why
is
do it?
broken.
Yeah.
The system is broken in that
they
case.
see every little drone pilot that takes off on that link. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, so every time somebody fires up their Mini 3, the tower is supposed to do something. I mean, they got a bunch of balls in the air already. You know what I mean?
But it's like anything else they do, right? It's an airspace with roads in the air. So if you kind of know where there's problems, you should be routing things around so that the two can't get into each other's way.
But remote ID on September 16 of 2022, I think it was, or 23 actually. You know, you still can go on Walmart, pick up any kind of little drone, even though I know it's got to be over 250.
Predators.
I mean, who is there's no follow up on it. There's drones coming in the country every day, so it really doesn't mean anything. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I would agree. And it does seem to be that the whole somebody's gonna come up and rob me thing argument that a lot of people in the community tried to make is, who have you heard that has had a problem with that?
No one. Both sides are hyperbolic. Don't get me wrong. Both sides are hyperbolic.
We still get the Karens, right? But I've not heard a singular story where it was like somebody showed up with a phone in their head and going and being the Karen.
Right.
Everybody's getting the same Karens that you normally get. The other part of this is people in general, the community in general, is getting a hell of a lot more used to drones being up and around and in the environment. When I go over to the beach, they kind of ignore the fact that the drone's even out there.
Till they get buzzed right above their head or something. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
blows their bikini top off.
Don't be that guy. But
right. No, and paragliders. Everybody's talking about paragliders. I used to fly ultralights. As of right now, to my knowledge, there's zero regulations on ultralights.
They have
nothing.
Zero.
Totally.
I used to fly ultralights all the time. Yep.
And here's the other one
that there's nothing.
Here's the other one that most people don't know about. Model rockets. They can shoot those fuckers as high as they want to shoot them. There's zero regulation around model rockets.
Yep.
That guy could sit down there on the ground with 10 of those things and try to shoot a helicopter if he wanted to. He'd be legal until he hit it.
Well, hey, you know what? If drones get banned, we'll just start a bottle rocket community.
There you go.
There you go.
2 years from now, we're going to be talking about shooting rockets instead of.
Yeah.
I mean, you can shoot a helicopter with a shotgun too. I mean,
there's probably more
scale. Huh?
There's been more incidents like that than there have been with drones, right? There's been more incidents of people shooting lasers. The lasers.
Yeah, these clowns with those high-powered lasers shooting them at aircraft and shit. No, it's all about scale. You know, when I flew ultralights, I didn't know another person. It was me and like two of my buddies. His parents owned them, and I didn't know another person for 100 miles or better that flew ultralights. You know what I mean? When I first started flying drones, there was no one else in this area that had a drone, that I was aware of. So, quite frankly, we started building up scale, and there was more and more and more people buying drones, and it hit a certain number, saturation. Right. Yeah. And then they paid attention to us. If we would have stayed under that level, we would still be just doing whatever the F we wanted. You know what I mean? Because we did whatever we wanted to until like 2016. So quite frankly, It's just about mass, and there's not enough people flying ultralights to make a difference. If millions of people go out tomorrow and buy ultralights, then you'll start seeing regulations about them.
Right.
It's just that simple. How often do you see ultralights? Yeah, somebody's talking. I see one all the time. Yeah, it's one of your neighbors, and he flies all the time. You know, you got 3 neighbors that have them, or some you see them all the time. But if most people will never see an ultralight in their damn life, in the actually in the air.
I think they have a club. One day I saw 2 of them up, and they were flying around. So there's a small club.
They're pretty cool when you see them.
Ultralight.
Check it out.
I followed them. I was probably 100 plus yards, 100 yards or more away from them. It's not like I was trying to get just close enough that it was like, okay, this is a pretty good view, but far enough away that no matter what he did,
camera drone or FPV?
The FPV.
FPV, nice.
Just kind of hovering,
just kind of checking them out.
As he was going along, kind of thing. So
if drones get banned, where does FPV fit in all this? Will it be harder to get those parts, or will it be ready available, or I mean, would that kind of
actually?
Be black market, or
that's the other part when that comment about the banning of DJI came up is just this last week. All the Commerce Department is talking about banning all electronic parts related to drones from China, which is the flight controllers, the receivers, the GPSs, all of the electronic. The only thing you're going to be able to get is the frame and the motors. If this goes through.
Start stocking
up on that. They're just trying a different way. They got stalled this way. Okay. Well, then we'll just try something else. You know, that doesn't work. We couldn't get it through the FCC. Okay. Well, then we'll run it through the Commerce Department. Well, that doesn't work. Oh, well.
This time, that thing they did with the National Defense Fund, where they got to have it done by the end of 2025. I don't think there's any stopping what's going to happen at the end of 2025. This is why I said, if you want something DJI, I'd buy it, or FPV and buy parts and stock up. Because I'd say there's a 90-95% chance that this all goes down. The only way it doesn't, and there is a way that it could change, and it's obviously a political thing, and that is the new administration, because the Chinese are throwing all kinds of hissy fits over what we're doing to the drones. So this may end up becoming a negotiation tactic with everything else that we do between us and China, and how we're going to ban and tariffs and all that kind of stuff. This may become a part of the negotiations, and maybe it doesn't happen because of that. So other than that, it's probably going to happen.
So what does that tell you about the actual...
if they buy another? Oh, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Well, just what does that tell you about the actual threat that they say is there? I mean, is it the threat real, or is it just being invented as a bargaining chip?
Absolutely.
As a guy who served on the CERT team the last 5 years of my military control, I can tell you for 100,000% chance that software, the Fly app, is a security danger. And I know everybody goes, "Oh, there's nothing there today." That's not the point. If you'd ever served on a CERT team, you would understand. The point of the CERT team and what they do is what can be done, not necessarily what is done. If it was done today, we'd have already thrown them out of the country, guaranteed.
It's the potential then.
It's the potential. And the problem with China, is this. The CCP can come in and tell a company to do anything, and they cannot deny them, or I guarantee you their CEO will wind up in a field somewhere shot. End of story. That's the way it is. You can't tell me that the Chinese wouldn't come in. If we go to war over Taiwan, you can't tell me the Chinese won't have every bit of software that comes out of that country, that comes somewhere in the U.S., having something in it. So that part of the security risk is 100% guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why aren't you worried about routers then? Why aren't you worried about routers? Why aren't you worried about iPhones? Why aren't you worried about? Yeah, you know, it's like
because we're low hanging fruit. Drones are.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's
that's also
my problem with the whole thing.
Right. But that's also part of why, you know, because everybody goes, "Oh, what about phones? Our phones are all manufactured over there." Yes, they are. although some of the hardware comes in here, but most of it's all made over there. But who makes the software that's on the phones? Google and Apple. And where are Google and Apple based? Silicon Valley in the US. So the risk of that software, the risk of Google or Apple doing something. But here's the other part of this whole argument that everybody seems to forget.
Markley, welcome in.
You know what we're doing to them, right?
Yeah, we're just as bad. That's why they banned Google.
We have backdoors in shit that people don't know about that are in things.
That's
why the Chinese government is banning Google, Microsoft, and the rest of that software.
Well,
China's banning it.
You know, the person that accuses you of cheating, the person that accuses you of cheating the most is someone that's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your wife is on you about cheating all the time, it's probably because she's blowing the mailman. And that's exactly what the problem is here. Because we know what we're doing to them, so we automatically assume they're doing it to us.
Lion's got a way with words.
He does.
I'm just saying,
right to that level that we can all relate to.
Yeah, and let me share an incident with you that demonstrates just a little of what we can do. You remember back during the Obama administration, and we were having problems with North Korea? And then all of a sudden, all of North Korea got knocked off the internet. Bam. That was
I didn't
us.
know they had the internet in North Korea.
We literally took them out with our tools. Is what went down.
Right.
The DoD and the things that we have. So this is why we're so nervous about China, because we know what we can do.
Right.
Right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
The security threat is real.
Yeah.
Randy said these are some pieces from the California drone incident.
Yeah. That was same pictures that Drone Camps had up on his video this morning.
Yeah.
There's another one that actually shows the battery, because that's what he was doing, was sort of comparing the battery, and it does look like a.
I think that's the battery right there, isn't there? Wait a minute. Or is that the?
There's a better. It is, but there's a better shot of that. That's a little closer up that you can see.
That's the Mini 3. Is that what they figured?
Yeah, they dug it out of the wing.
It was a Mini 3.
Yeah. It was inside the wing.
Huh.
So it happened, you know, and hopefully they track that guy down, which they should be able to. They got the serial number.
Yep.
And they're going to track that guy down and put his ass in jail.
But he's not required to. He's not required to register it.
Yeah,
So,
you are. What are you talking about? When you
250?
sign a DJI drone and you try to fly it the first time, DJI registers that drone.
With DJI, not with the
Just
FAA.
activate it. Yeah.
And DJI will give him up. Promise you. All they gotta do is make a phone call. DJI will give him up. They do it every time.
Yeah. Which is another.
They gave up the kid in
interesting
California. Remember that hit the police helicopter with the Phantom.
Yeah.
They gave him up just like that.
Obviously, this guy didn't pay his $5 to register his drone.
Yeah.
There's a U.S. hacker that showed he could control his Bluetooth vacuum cleaner through a Chinese server.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
John, to your question, the threat is real. The threat is not actually the hardware, which is when I started hearing this thing about them banning the electronics for FPV. I was like, okay, but the actual software is Betaflight, which is open source. So everybody in the world can security audit Betaflight as to what's out there on drones. The hardware is like 1% of the risk. The software is like 99% of the risk.
So, I mean, there's a crap ton of Chinese software in our country.
Mhm.
That,
As Lon said, routers.
ban those drones.
Routers are the number one for me.
And NAS.
Ban the drones, you're not going to sleep any better at night.
Let me, but Lon, would the difference be if we had to have U.S. routers? Could those be made as opposed to drones being made? You know, I mean, routers.
Yeah, good luck. Who's There's more likely to have an American drone company come out of the woodwork than an American router company come out of the woodwork.
Right.
Good luck with that.
So, you know, there's an interesting possibility, and that is, and I saw it yesterday on one of my computer sites. it was an article on CES. Ukrainians were at CES talking about all their drone stuff. So the possibility of where it comes from next could be Ukraine because of all the stuff that they've done in generating. So they are very interested in probably becoming a DJI type and supplying drones to the world using obviously what's going on over there. Which would be a very interesting thing to go down.
Yeah, day after we start making routers, we'll start making TVs again. Yeah, good
maybe
luck.
Japan will make them. Although you get all those TVs that are made in South Korea.
Hey, Joe
They're built there, not in China.
Not all the parts, though. I'm staring at a South Korean TV right now where I guarantee over 50% of the parts are made in China.
Joe could whip up a few routers right there in the shop.
No, sir.
With all the American components, good luck.
I build for the record. I build houses and lay tile and stuff, and I just started building drones. I can't build electronic shit.
Oh, come on, Joe.
I just whip up my own flight controller and ESC real quick. I've got a bunch of nodes or something laying around. I don't know what's required to build that.
I hear you, Rick. That's okay. Hey, we didn't say nothing bad. We didn't say nothing that's wrong or nothing that's
We're all under investigation. Right?
Yeah,
already get me.
It's called the First Amendment. We're kind of free to talk about the government.
Real quick off subject. Did I see in the chat that Jeremy's not coming to South Florida?
Yeah.
Did I see that? Oh, dang. Okay, I was looking forward to meeting.
That.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, that's a
But
bummer.
I saw that in the chat. Yeah.
Let's see
I did
here.
not see that.
U.S. company making drone. All right, guys, we've been on almost an hour and a half, so I got to run over to the cemetery, do a little work, and thank y'all for joining in. Hey, guys, send me your
I think
videos.
they'll still be there.
Wednesday
It's
night.
rebuild day.
We're gonna show nothing but videos, so send me your videos, and then the 2 weeks after that, we got Mr. Lon's friend there, Mr. Billy Kyle, on the Fly for Fun show. But no, send me your videos. Wednesday night, we'd love to play them. Ray is on a cruise, so he won't be on. I think Marcus will join me and help us out a little bit. But yeah, Wednesday night. And thanks everybody for joining in today. And hey, get out there and fly if you can. I know the weather's bad in a lot of parts of the country, but
Raining down here.
yeah, it looks like I think we got some rain coming.
Sunny
tonight.
here, but
Yeah,
cold.
we got rain coming today.
72
All right, guys, have a
sunny
great
here.
day.